Right, good morning, welcome back to the channel. Beautiful day today, and I washed the bike yesterday, and you know, it's looking dirty this morning and before I washed it. How does that work? Anyway, right, we're going to talk today about 5 things that annoy me about motorcycling. Oh, this is going to cause some controversy. Let's get down the road. Yes, welcome back. Thanks for joining me, as I said. Much appreciated. Today, 5 things that just annoy me a little bit within the world of motorcycling. Now, I feel I have to issue a trigger warning here because of the world we live in. So if you're a bit of a sensitive snowflake and you don't like other people's opinions, stop watching now, please. Just stop. But that's just to the sort of 1%. Or 0.5% of people that would be upset. Thank you very much, sir. But if not, and you like to hear somebody having a bit of a rant, just in fun, just for a laugh, nothing serious, none of these things really matter in the great scheme of things, but they do annoy me. So, number 1, straight into it, and that is giant screens. Now what I mean by this is huge screens on the front of motorcycles that people fit. Now specifically people that have bought a naked bike, often a classic looking bike. I mean, I often see these things on Royal Enfield 350 Classics, and they buy this beautiful looking bike, aesthetically very pleasing and virtually spot on. And then they put these gigantic plastic screens on the front. Why would you do that? Why? It doesn't matter, it's fine. Protection from the wind, I get it, but just ruins the looks of the bike. And I just find it a little bit weird that you'd buy a bike like that and then do that to it. But there you go. So that's number 1. Giant, inappropriate plastic screens on the front of bikes. Right, number 2, and these are getting more possibly irritating to people as we go along. So number 5 is a real bone of contention. I'm going to get in trouble for number 5. But number 2, and that is, it's about the downpipes on a bike. You know, the front pipes at the front. And it's all about people keeping bikes clean. Now, a lot of people, I often see this, immaculate, beautiful bikes, polished, all the black work on it, shiny or just spot on, everything clean and lovely. And then you look at the downpipes and they're absolutely ignored. They're filthy, they're rusty, corroded. I don't know, it just annoys me, especially when I see a bike in a showroom like that as well for sale. Everything's clean, but the downpipes have just been ignored. Happens a lot on sports bikes, or used to in the day, but I see it a lot on adventure bikes now and other bikes. The thing is, if the whole bike was dirty, that's one thing, but no, the bike's mint, absolutely pristine, but people just don't seem to bother with the downpipes, which of course are the most vulnerable part. So that's number 2, dirty downpipes. Stop it, people. Right, number 3, and this is another one about why people look after their bikes, and this really does bug me, honestly. And that's people that put huge key rings on their bike key with other keys on, lumps of metal, spanners, knives, all sorts of stuff, and then put it in the ignition, which is generally right here, of course. And what does it do? It scratches all the top yoke and the handlebars. Have you seen that? I've seen some otherwise really nice clean bikes, but because they've got this massive chunk of key rings, they've scratched all the bit that you actually look at. That really annoys me. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Rather reminds me of the old days when I used to be in the car trade. Remember when we used to have proper keys and open the door with an actual key rather than a fob? And people used to put the keys in the door with all dangling stuff underneath the key, and then slam the door with it in the door and scratch all the bottom of the door. You'd see so many cars with damage underneath the door handle from this. Just used to drive me mad. And now the same thing happens with motorcycles. So that's number 3. Loads of key rings. Just have your key on its own with one plastic or rubber piece that's not going to damage your bike. How hard is that? Oh dear. Right, before we get to the most contentious one, number 4 first, and that is what I would call inappropriate end cans. Now, I see this particularly on a lot of modern bikes, bikes that are very stylised. These insect type bikes, if you want to call it, that sort of style. And people swap the end can. Now, often the exhaust on modern bikes are very much styled to fit the overall aesthetics of the bike. And then people will tear that exhaust off, which has been meticulously shaped and styled by the manufacturer to go with the rest of the aesthetics of the machine, and they'll plonk on a tube, old-fashioned tube exhaust can, you know the one I mean, and it just looks so out of place. And that's just one example. There are many others, but inappropriate end cans that just again ruin the aesthetics of a bike. And people do it through choice, and they often spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on these end cans, plonk them on the bike, and completely destroy the overall aesthetic look of the machine. I just find that weird, really weird. Right, now we come to number 5, and now I personally don't know anybody who does this, but I see lots of people online that do it, and this is going to be controversial, and that's people that name their bikes. Yeah, and I don't mean they call it the Black Bomber or something like that. They call it Matilda or Florence or I don't know, whatever. But what the hell is going on there? It seems to be a bit of a thing with Royal Enfield riders especially, to name their bikes with these rather flancy girls' names. What is all that about? What's the matter with you? What's happening? Now if you do that, I'm sorry, carry on. It's not harming anybody, is it? It doesn't really matter. But I just find it pretty astonishing, really. It's a bit, isn't it a bit of a female thing? Am I allowed to say that? Because I know I had a partner once that used to name all our cars, but I have never ever named one of my bikes. So come on, stop doing that, will you? Or at least stop admitting it. Or even worse, stop actually printing the name on the bike. I've seen that as well. They've actually got a sticker with the name on. So there you are. That's me having my little rant this morning. Oh, a couple of lads here. So that's all from me. Thanks very much indeed. Here's the chap on the meter. I hope he hasn't got a name on it. No, he hasn't. I know him. We're safe. So that's all from me. It's got a bit dull, hasn't it? I'm going to go and have a coffee, and I will see you in the next one. You alright, mate?
I remember the gap today.
Have you? Right, that's all from me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.